Good evening, everypony, and welcome to Commentary is Magic's. What are we doing? Stream today? What is today? Grandpa's is normally more prepared than this. It's October 27th, 2019. We are, as always, Grandpa's is currently stuck on a plane or in an airport somewhere. I'm Arcat.
Big cheese.
And Ivory. I still haven't decided on a deck list, but we'll figure that out later.
What? I'm pretty sure there's a deck list. Like, there's something written down right here. See, it says
No,
deck
there
list.
isn't.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, it says deck list, but there's nothing next to it.
Yes, it does. What it says is that you appear to be running 15 Marvelous Chapeaus. Who needs 15 Marvelous
This is the
Chapeaus?
appropriate number of Marvelous Chapeaus.
That sounds like a not core deck.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, let's talk Continentals. So we were intending on covering this last week, but there was some rather more significant news that took priority. But we need to get this done. So, yeah. Before we get into the interesting piece of this, let's talk about Ciderfest itself.
Oh no, Ciderfest.
No. So I believe we have about the same number of players as last year signed up for the main event. There's going to be a cube draft with a special surprise and a sealed tournament as a last hurrah for Odyssey's block before it rotates out at the end of the convention, and both of those will be on Friday. Check the con website for times. There will be prizes. The promo for the main event is, as we've previously shown, a bunyip, complete with foil stamping. Making the cut for top 16 will see you more bunyips with prizes such as product credit, playmats, uncut sheets, and design a card being added for placing higher. Since we had the stamping set up anyway, we opened some packs from Defender's Block and got all those cards stamped, as well as some Friends Are Always There and Find the Purpose in Your Life promos.
It's a lot of stamping.
It is a lot of stamping. See, the funny thing about how stamping costs work is that it costs the same amount to get one stamped as to get 1,000 stamped, so guess what I did?
You had all of your Sphinxes stamped so that we can shower Grandpas with them.
I have a lot of Sphinxes stamped. We are going to shower Grandpas with all of them. Unfortunately, we're Frog. Not at the moment. Oh yeah, Skitter's right here too. We can just do this all day. Grandpa's can't do anything about this right now.
Yeah, okay. We could, but we have other things to discuss.
True. Okay, so let's get into what the stream says we're going to be talking about. So before we actually get into what we're running, I'd like to take a moment and remind everyone why we're discussing this. To state the obvious, the four of us are players just like all of you. Well, mostly, seeing as Grandpa's is judging this year. And though this is probably being a bit selfish, we like to play in major events ourselves because our love of playing the game is a big part of why we're organizing events and doing what we can to let the game flourish. And I sincerely hope that you'll all not blame us for wanting to play the game that we love. Playing in the events that we're organizing may seem like a conflict of interest. Perhaps that we're planning on unloading some secret combo deck and wrecking the meta, or just want to win all of the promos for ourselves. It's not. And this is part of the reason we're presenting our decks, to be transparent and give other players the chance to adapt, so that there are no real surprises. We can't, unload secret combo decks and stuff. I don't think there are even any good combo decks at this point, are there?
No.
I don't know.
I don't even know if there are any in core.
I kind of just stopped looking.
Anyway, so this may also seem like boasting that we're so confident in our decks that we're revealing them a week beforehand. We're not. As Ivory very clearly indicated earlier, we're busy like agonizing over this stuff. That we have to pick a deck now, and I know that both of them are going to be going ballistic, that they can't continue to tinker with their decks. But to keep them from actually losing their minds, there is a small allowance for cards to be changed. Up to 3 cards may be removed and 3 cards may be swapped in. And we hope that by doing this, we're being as transparent as possible with our intentions and goals, and hope that you'll all have as much fun playing as we will in these events.
Side note, it's not that I'm tinkering with decks, it's that I just don't decide things until the last minute for these events normally.
Yeah, so I'm sure this was quite a bit of fun for you, wasn't it?
I mean, it was kind of just like, I guess I'm running this.
Shall we get into it then?
Sure, but you have to go
Yeah.
first.
Well, that's fine with me. So, a couple weeks ago, everyone got to watch Grandpa's and Cheese and Ivory rip my Defender's Block Silverstream deck apart and convert it into a core deck, and I think it's going to be a lot more effective as a result of that. It would be competing in a entirely different power level, bringing a knife to a gunfight, if you will. In the time since then, I've given some more thought to making it even more infuriating to play against. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the one-ofs. There was a Tempest and Grubber. Despite this deck probably having enough draw to find them reasonably consistently, and as much as I love stealing stuff with Sunset Festival for fun and profit, I think both of those could spare to lose a card each and allow me to run a pair of Traveler Spike for even more forced movement. Now, full disclosure here, I'm mostly playing for fun, not so much to win. I'd be running something else if I was like really going after winning. I don't really think this is a tier 1 deck. I'm honestly not sure if it'll make it into top 16. Maybe it will, but there's only one way to find out. And that way involves a lot of honking.
Honking is fun.
Honk.
And yes, Max, I'm using the honked main. As if there was any doubt. Okay, geez, how about you? What are you gonna run?
Gonna run the most amazing thing ever, Tempest. How long have I been running this deck now? Feels like a year.
All right, so what's going on here?
Well, a while ago, I took Burb and I took Tempest Pink White, or like some, I forget which deck it was, but some oppressive control deck, and I smooshed them together. And then some cards got banned, and so I changed it. And then more recently, some more cards got banned, and so I changed it again. And essentially, this deck says you get no friends, you get no resources, I actually get your friends, and let's do it all over again. The school shut down.
Wait, is Bugle's statement correct here? Are you still running 46 cards?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
I removed the what was it called? The Sunset Festival.
You took
But
out a Sunset Festival and replaced it with the Party of One, I think.
yeah, no, well, yeah, I did a lot of changing cards around. But I needed to add the 2 Pinky and Twilights bait and switch for farm. It's actually pretty effective.
I'm sure you'll get use out of it, even outside of farm.
I do feel like the deck is pretty thin, down to 4 troublemakers total, and the troublemakers are kind of important.
And
But
it'd be a real shame if you had to mulligan a hand just because both of the grubbers were in it.
I've never had that.
But what if the hand also had all 3 paper twice?
This is a core deck. I don't think I see any harmony cards in here. I didn't care about. Well, so I started this when I originally started playing this deck was immediately after AJ was banned, I believe. And no one was running farm for a long time, so I just didn't care.
And now there's the threat of farm, hence the bait and switches.
Yeah. And the bait switches are super effective. Yeah. Rest in Pieces is really good against resource heavy decks. Evil Twin is just good in general.
Not as good as old money, but hey.
Bodyguards plus Party of One is fun.
I believe that's a bit of an understatement.
Just a bit. What's really fun is playing a Discord on something and then Party of One. Because you get to keep whatever Discord had underneath them.
It's pretty expensive, though.
Whatevs. I think I've done it like once.
It's the big plays that matter.
But I've only been running Party of One for like 3 weeks now, maybe? Maybe just 2? 2 or 3.
Well, we do have 3 cards to work with, so maybe you'll drop something to get that perfect 45.
Maybe I'll go up to 47.
Please, God, no.
I'm really tempted to be like, if you go up to 53...
Yes. Hithrock, you are correct. I actually did do that. Yeah, it was in one turn where I had Discord and Luna's Future. So, the problem with 53 cards is I have this amazing ability to always start with a cover to cover in my hand at the beginning of the game for some reason. And I don't want to lower the chances of that.
You're already lowering it by running 46 cards.
It's 1 extra card. It's whatever.
But that's a whole percentage point you're losing.
It's like 2 I don't actually know.
It's a whole percentage point. You're breaking everything. Christ. All right, any other thoughts here?
That's
I mean,
a good
Magical
deck.
Misfire is a cantrip, so like...
I actually seriously considered running that exact list. Well, minus a few differences. That exact list. But ultimately decided on something else.
Really? Shall we take a look at that?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go for it.
That's...
What?
I don't...
Wait, this
Where's
isn't a nice, calm, ordinary day.
No, it's not. There's an awful lot of red here.
This isn't a nice, calm, ordinary day. This is something different.
This is farm.
This is farm.
I don't like all this red. There's a lot of red.
It's just troublemakers.
I mean,
Whatever.
something about red deck wins. I don't know.
It has evil Trixie in it.
It has two evil Starlights in it too. And importantly, what is that there? Is that a traitor? I see a traitor.
Where exactly? Oh, wow. Join the herd? Seriously?
Is that the traitor?
That is the
Yeah,
traitor.
it was his debut episode or whatever.
Issuing him a
Oh,
hiss.
he was in the Crystal Empire.
Traitor.
So yeah, obviously
Chrono
this
Trigger?
is...
Which part do you not understand about Chrono Trigger? Wait, this deck runs 3 school shutdowns?
It does.
Why?
Because it's so good.
School's closed.
No more school for you. So,
Alright, so what's going on here?
I mean, it's a farming deck.
Yes, Big Mac is the most important card.
It beats up troublemakers, scores points. I was tempted into running this when it was shown to me by Grandpa's and Bugle, and I goldfished it a few times and said, hey, why not?
I mean, Farm hasn't seen any kind of representation in a while. It's
This
kind of...
is the only farm deck.
Yeah.
I also was one of the people piloting One Punch Mare back in 2016. Loved that deck to death, so I figured, hey, another opportunity to play a Rainbow Dash Ambassador of Loyalty farm deck before she rotates out.
This deck's not even running Thunderlane though.
No, but honestly, Thunderlane is too much of a liability in the current meta.
Interesting. So I'm looking at this just kind of giggling because this is a great deck to play against with Sunset Festival. Like, anything I hit, you're not happy to see go.
I mean, I feel like the zeroed out, I'm slightly more okay with you taking, because I know
Slightly.
you're going to get no use out of it. It's like, alright, have a 2-power friend in colors.
Hey, whatever.
Well,
That's purple entry, buddy.
true. Whatever, if I want it that badly, I'll just nap cakes it. But that feels really bad.
I'm 100% okay with this. All kinds of big targets in there, though.
Or I could just, use one of the 3 school shutdowns and kill your board state while I'm at it.
Fair. The problem is you're giving me all my tools back, too.
Yeah, but you have to dig for him again. Anyway, yeah. Rainbow Dash Farm. Fun deck. I expect it to do moderate. Maybe I'll get top 16, I don't know. I haven't participated in Continentals in a couple... I wasn't there last year, so we'll see.
If we both make it to top 16, I'm gonna need you to be on the other side of the bracket.
Why? You have bait and switches.
Yeah, but that only works as long as I can prevent you from getting Big Macs.
We'll see what happens.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you want me to be like way on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit.
No, you two
Honk.
can be on the same side.
Honk.
That's fine.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna. Hey, if I take your Silverstream plush and hide it somewhere in the con, does that mean you can't use your deck?
Yes.
Crap. I don't know, maybe. I haven't figured out if I'm bringing Silverstream or something else yet.
Why
I
would
think
you not bring Silverstream?
Because if I can fit Chrysalis into a bag, then she's showing up.
I think I'm 50-50 against farm right now.
Yeah, fine. I'm bringing Chrysalis, and I'm going to put a picture of Silverstream in front of her face.
I don't even know what plushies I'm bringing, cause I gotta
I
go
mean,
to
that's
Europe.
that's like the most important part is figuring out which plushes are going where, right?
Yes.
They do not get their own bed space this time.
No, they do not. Okay. For completeness, however, we will also cover what Grandpa's would have been playing had he been in the field. So there aren't a whole lot of comments for this, but this is an Oops All Bombs variant, as you can probably tell by all the things with massive cost numbers.
That's a lot of color rec.
Yeah, it is. That's okay, though, because he's running a lot of color entry. Anyway, yeah, this looks real annoying.
Looks really fun.
I don't know what the flip average is offhand. I think I'd start with swearing and go up from there. Yeah, unfortunately, the way that we're displaying this cuts off all the statistics and stuff.
The flip average can be great, but in the end, you're still only ever gonna flip Queen Chrysalis and Apple Bloom in every face-off.
True. Well, no, you're either going to flip them, or you're going to flip that one card that you actually needed. Let's see. So Grandpa says he left some comments here. Oops All Bombs has one of the better matchups against Farm and can get itself into a strong position to wall aggro lists off in its struggles against hard control. Interesting.
Yeah. If it doesn't get Twilight out early, it has with enough AT to use her. It has a hard time using or beating mine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just horribly dead if this goes off.
I mean, maybe about as dead as me.
Farm only really cares about Luna a little bit. I guess you also care about Meadowbrook. Oh, bailouts, yeah. And cracking the case.
Let's say, go through the deck list again.
He's got a rack of stuff in there that's pretty annoying.
Also,
Gotta be
the
honest.
limestone can make it a little difficult.
Mm. Yeah. Anyway. But that's not all, now is it?
Nope, that's everything.
Really, I think that's not everything. Because you know what we need to do now? We need to go on spoilers.
You guys have spoiled so much, I didn't even know that half of these were spoiled.
Well, it's a good thing we're doing a recap then, huh? Alright, first up we've got Galagown.
It's
She
a hats
doesn't look
card.
very thrilled with this.
It is a hats card. You know who's not thrilled about this? Smolder. She's totally not thrilled about this.
She seems fine. She's considering it.
Yeah, I don't know. It
Does
looks.
she only have 3 claw finger thingies?
I don't know.
Talons?
Yeah.
No, it's a hat.
It counts as a hat. It's totally
This
a hat.
is not a dress, it's a hat.
It's a hat. See, she's got a little tiara. The tiara is part of the outfit. It's a hat.
Yep.
I like the logic there.
Yeah. Let's see. This has a rather interesting ability that you can pull it out of the discard pile and put it back into play if someone's got enough points. Wasn't there a Rainbow Dash card that did some fun things with accessories? Yeah. That seems like those are two great tastes that taste great together. Unless you're the opponent, in which case it sounds awful.
Sounds like they're just a hater then.
Don't like Rainbow Dash dressing in style.
Or Smolder, dressing in style for that matter.
So, see, the difference here is Rainbow Dash legitimately hates it. Smolder secretly likes it.
We all know Rainbow Dash secretly likes it too.
Eh. Maybe. Next card.
Yep.
Alright, next up we've got Harvest Schedule. Let's see. Play to your home. When you exhaust one or more opposing characters, put a fatigue counter on this card. So a mass exhaust is only one counter, but two separate exhausts through, for example, 2 bailouts is 2 counters. At the end of your opponent's turn, if this card has 3 or more fatigue counters on it, your opponent retires an exhausted friend. And
I enjoyed that Applejack didn't know anybody's names. She can't spell, so she had to draw their cutie marks.
What's it say, Twilight? I can't read.
The Rainbow Dash card has a new subtitle. That's since been fixed. But this seems pretty annoying. If you can keep exhausting stuff, or if they keep exhausting their own stuff, might go kind of bad for them.
No, your own stuff doesn't matter. Well, for putting counters on it, but
Right. But if you get one of these with enough counters on it,
yeah, I mean, it could be super annoying.
yeah, could be really annoying because that's your Paper Twice and your Starlights and your Selena Blues and your just this big old long list of things that you're now heavily disincentivized from. Yeah.
Yeah, anything with immediate exhaust can dodge this, but
Yeah. Yes. The AJ main also needs to be considered. And yes, Bailout is in fact rotating out of core. Anyway, next card.
Sure.
Next, we've got Journal of Friendship. So we're going down resources first. And there's a reason for this, but it's dumb. And that reason is because computers don't know numbers.
Shouldn't that?
It doesn't make a
Shouldn't
bunch of sense, right?
not really.
Yeah. Okay, so this is play to your home, immediate, exhaust this card to gain control of a friend you own. So, hello Pinky's Present, hello Berry Punch and Orange Swirl. Not that you can use that anymore. Hello Main 6.
Sonata Dusk.
Oh yeah, Taco Tuesday. Rarity, the ultra rare. There's just all kinds of fun things you can do with this.
And by that, we mean that friend of mine you stole from me, give it back.
Uh-huh. Or that
At
friend of mine,
immediate speed.
or that friend of mine I donated to you, I need that back. Oh yeah, Hypnotized by Fear, that's another good one. Alright, don't you be touching my Sunset Festivals.
I mean, this could just be slammed into the farm deck as like to to disincentivize you using it.
Oh yeah. I mean,
No.
but are you really going to tech against that?
No,
I mean,
that sounds terrible.
I mean, it actually wouldn't be a terrible idea if you had a lot of or a handful of really high value friends, kind of like your deck is. But maybe.
With a lot of ways now to take friends or have friends taken from you, having a card like this around, especially in a color like blue, which really relies on its friends to win its games, it's a pretty good idea to have this handy.
Yeah.
Maybe not as a 3 of, but 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Probably 2.
Yeah, it seems pretty useful in some circumstances. All right.
Next card.
Next card. Let's see. Yak's Best at Hogs.
Pinky looks a little disturbed.
Well, Pinky wasn't expecting a hug like this.
Banishes and
Okay.
then puts into hand.
Okay, so this says play on a friend. It doesn't need to be one of yours. It can be an opponent's friend. When this resource enters play, banish an opposing friend. Okay, so that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Now it says when this card leaves play, put any cards banished this way, meaning the opposing friend, not all opposing friends, I believe, that have been banished by a Yak's Best at Hugs, into their owner's hands. So it's a delayed bounce, which is interesting.
Yep.
And if you happen to also be running some other form of removal, and white and yellow have some of that, you can get almost a twofer here. By removing whatever this thing is attached to.
That seems pretty good.
Now you got to go for, not that this is going to be applicable, but you got to go for like the Galaxy Brain play and start messing around with a really high value opposing friend and your own Princess Celestia Gambit planner. And everyone's like, what does that card do? It gets you tokens, is what it does.
Yeah, I don't even remember what Gambit Planner does. Wasn't that like a promo back in Premiere or something?
Yeah, does some. No, it wasn't Premiere. It was a little bit after that. But yeah, it does something dumb. It's pretty much useless.
Yeah, it's another one of those strange gameplay exclusives.
So, like,
I don't know. I don't think that's actually any good. It's just amusing.
next card?
Next. Let's take a look at the other starting problem in Leaders and Legends. So, while your main character is not boosted, it has +1 power. That's not here, that's anywhere. So it's already better than Lock and Tree. And while your opponent's main character is boosted, opponents need +2 to confront this problem.
It's pretty good.
Alright, so it effectively turns into a 4/6 at some point. And it helps you out getting off the ground. That seems good.
Bugle says this is your trading traditions of the format. I am probably, at this point, I am probably going to agree with that.
It's got to be up there.
This is going to be a go-to starting problem for a lot of decks.
Mystery at Hope Hollow also has a lot of good things to say about it. And don't forget, lacking lesson plans is still a thing.
Of course. I can see decks running maybe a lacking lesson plans to use instead of this, like just having one in the problem deck to use as their starting problem if they suspect a lot of troublemakers, like their opponent's main is Tempest or what have you.
Sure, it's always good to have some flexibility in your starting problem. Searchings for Silverstream, lacking lesson plans for Tempest. Now, in Harmony, you're just going to run trading traditions. Because that card's kind of good.
People confronting by flipping it. That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it works fine as long as you own it, but I don't know why you'd do that. That doesn't seem real good. Next card. Okay.
Only if it's best pony. That's not best pony. But rocks, though.
But rocks, though?
This might be the strongest orange friend we've gotten in a very long time.
Rescue Party, even? The orange one?
Probably on the same level.
That wasn't that long ago.
I mean, it was 2 years ago.
Fine. That was only whatever. I suppose when you measure it that way, you're arguably correct. Yeah. Okay, so what do you got here?
We have a 3
3
cost,
for
4
5.
wreck, 5 power, persistent. You may pay 1 less to play your first friend with printed power 4 or more each turn. So 3 for 5, already really good. And also discounting big orange friends. Or just big friends in general.
Yeah. I mean, that hits all the tricorns.
It also hits Thunderlane.
So it does.
Not that you're going to be using that in core when this releases, but whatever.
No? No?
I think this card is a card. That's about as much as I can say about it.
Well, it's a card, and what it's got on it is a picture of Limestone, who is perpetually angry.
Well, the massive drawback is 4 wreck.
When you're playing orange, I don't think you're going to be struggling to get that, though.
No, but it's going to take at least a little bit to get one of these out on the field.
True. You know, once it's out, it's not bad.
No, and it's got persistent too, so it's going to be annoying to make it go away.
And then you play a second one for 1 less. And then the next turn, you pay 2 less.
Yeah. All right. Next card.
Yep.
Okay. I think Bugle is going to have some opinions on this one. So let's just sit back and enjoy the fireworks.
This is a terrible card. It has not enough ponies on it.
I mean, there's
2.
There's 4.
There's Pinky, and then there's Sandbar, who you can just barely see on the other side of the card border.
Yeah, that counts. What, you're saying that dragons and griffins aren't ponies?
Nope.
Anyway, yes, as Beagle points out, this is hard removal on entry once you get past the point threshold. So this is kind of good.
Yeah, 2 power body that dismisses things in the late game.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot that really needs to be said about this.
Yeah.
It's just really good card. Okay, next card.
Next card.
All right, I like this card.
I like this card too.
1/1/1.
And it's a silver stream, and it does eccentric things.
Yeah, forget the ability, forget the wreck and all that. Just look at the silver stream. That's all you need. But if you wanted to look at the ability, you'd see that it's an immediate retire this card to make a problem need 3 additional wreck to confront.
Yeah, that seems like I kind of want to run 3 of these in my Continentals deck, but I can't has.
I mean, you can. You'll play 1 and then immediately be disqualified.
I mean, that's assuming that I even like get past the deck check, and that's cheating, and that's no good. So no, but I wants it.
Yeah, because otherwise it would have to be worded as require this card to have players need until end of turn. Really weird.
A poorly stylized sentence.
I want 20 penny lanes.
I mean, you had 9 at one point.
It was amazing.
It was
I
amazing.
miss those days.
So do I. Things were better then. Said no one ever.
That I was about to say, said no one ever. Just
I mean, we had fun.
I mean, that got stale after a while. I'm gonna be honest.
Unless you were
No,
piloting it, then it did get stale.
Pile Days was amazing.
Yeah, that still got stale.
We should reprint Penny Shufflin'
No.
and
No,
Pile of Presents.
no, just no.
I mean, why stop there? Reprint
And
Dip
Dr.
in the
Hooves.
Pool,
Now
Hooves unblinking,
we're just gonna be moving on.
Crink Chrysalis identity theft.
Wait, hold on. Stop, go back. What?
Yeah, she was part of the brigade.
Okay, sure. I'm down with this. Let's go to the next card. Alright, we got an aggro card here.
This is aggro. No one cares. Move on.
Yeah. Moon Dancer, aggro card. Moving on.
Is actually
card
not an
has-
aggro card.
Plus
This is-
1 power for each opposing character at other locations. But it's almost never 0 power.
Opposing character at other locations. No, I think I'm okay with this. Like, I want to start running this against Skitter's Pythons deck because
You just want to flip a 12.
yes, I just want to flip a 12.
This is kind of just a straight up counter to Thorax decks, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, unless they're all the same problem, but yeah.
I mean, if you're against one of those control decks that just kind of piles everything onto one problem because they don't want it at home because there's too many friends and they don't want them at separate problems because they don't want face-offs.
Oh no, the Solar Stream list hates this. It's like, this is terrible. It's huge.
Moon Dancer is actually the next Alicorn. Don't believe the fan theories.
Not buying it. Okay.
She was there from the beginning.
Sure she was. She's also been in the library the whole time since.
Yeah, plotting.
Twilight is the next Alicorn.
No, she isn't. Fake news.
Yes. And Twilight is the next Alicorn after Twilight. She's going to get another set of wings. Thanks, M.A. Larson. Next card. Now, speaking of future Alicorns.
Wrong.
Alright.
Pretty sure Lester is going to be the next Alicorn.
Spoilers. A wild grandpa's appears.
Oh, what's this? Did they finally, like...
I assume he's on the planer now.
Taxing on the runway.
Oh my god, they pulled back from the gate. You're not supposed to be on your phone. Shame.
There's like 6 planes ahead of us.
Shame. Okay. Let's see. So Starlight Glimmer, Future Headmare. Talented when you play an event whose play requirement includes at least one of these its colors, you may look at the top card of your deck and put it on the top or bottom of your deck. So I honestly don't know if we've spoiled this, but we just did, so whatever.
We did for the winner of the draft on Saturday.
Oh, I totally don't remember that. Whatever. It's all good. So let's see, what do we have saying here? Element of magic flashbacks? No, this is totally fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it probably is.
No, I don't think we can make
Yeah,
the event cost
this
one less.
needs to also say that.
Yeah, nothing can possibly go wrong from that.
No. It's just no.
I mean, there's obviously some built-in synergy with other cards in the set, but overall, getting meticulous as the trigger airplane event, it's not terrible.
Especially when it's during your turn, because you could like set the top of your deck and then intentionally trigger this. Although it can be annoying to have to like plan everything out properly, but
Well, that's just part of the fun of playing purple.
I mean, it might make you sit there and think, would I be willing to play purple events that I wouldn't have before if they have this tagline on them?
Yeah.
And sometimes the answer is maybe, or yes. All I know is my gut says maybe.
Let's see. Next card. Oh, look, we're into mains. Alright, so first up we got the Marshmallow.
Ah, here's Best Horse.
No, Best Horse comes next.
you mean worst horse?
Hilarious. Cheese thinks he's a funny man.
I don't know. I think he's trying to start a war somewhere. Okay. So this is a flip condition that we've seen a little bit before. Notably, it's not a problem face-off here, it's just a problem face-off period.
This thing hates home limits, or I guess it likes home limits, and you're gonna hate home limits if you're up against it.
Yeah. And then on the boosted side, while an opponent controls a non-token friend, that player can't retire token friends for being in excess of their home limit. So, if your board is flooded with unicorn tokens for some odd reason, you're going to have to keep those around rather than your actual friends. And then there's an ability that's really good at flooding your opponent's board with unicorn tokens.
Rarity likes her customers.
You get a unicorn, you get a unicorn.
I'm okay with this.
Rarity DDoSes the opponent.
Basically, yes. Yeah. Rarity is also real bad if your opponent is running Shoe Shine. Well, Hmm. Yeah, this card's going to be interesting to see how people use it.
There are probably some nasty things you can do with this that haven't been thought of yet. Just a matter of time.
So the Werefrog is asking what happens if you have a non-token, or sorry, you have a yeah.
What's the question?
Let's see. So he asks if there are too many tokens at home, no non-tokens at home, but a non-token at a problem. And so I believe he's actually got a good point there. So that the game will have to allow you to retire a token to get your home limit down, even because you can't retire a non-token at home that will fix your home limit. So yeah, I think there's
As written, I think what that would actually do is a similar function to how Bats works right now and allow you to bypass your home limit for the turn.
how about that? But yes, there does need to be some clarification on what happens in that situation. That is a fair point. Okay, next card. Wait, what happened here? Oh, right. Okay, we're going into yellow. So remember how I said computers aren't good at numbers? So we've got more Kieran here. And the return of Caretaker.
So we have Calming 1 and Caretaker. And a very neutral looking Kieran.
I don't know, those look like eyelashes to me.
No, they have to have the little thingies.
No, they collapse when they close their eyes. Also, did you just assume?
Anyway. So, pretty straightforward card. More critter support, which will be nice. And calming is also decent, assuming people remember to use it.
Oh yeah, calming is real infuriating when you forget about that. I don't know. At the end of the day, yeah. Calming's fun. Caretaker's going to be interesting. And I enjoy this flavor text.
Next card.
You will
Oh,
never see random again.
Oh, and then there's this
oh yeah.
monstrosity.
There's this thing. Let's take a look at this thing.
It looks evil.
It does look evil. It looks angry. Also, there's a little bit of Silverstream there. And this is an ability right here. Your deck may contain any number of friends named Puckwudgie Prickly Pest. So you can have an awful lot of these things. Like, a lot.
So 42 of these, and then 3 of the Puckwudgie troublemakers.
I mean, that seems good, but why stop there? How about 250 of these? Never lose the mill again.
I hope you're prepared to print out that many of these.
The vehicle says 1006. Why 6? So you can have 1,000 of them left in your deck? Okay, spike number? Sure.
No, not one. No, he's just holding the scanner upside down. It's over 9,000.
Okay, sure.
And Max, I believe the Ara's already fixed Ponyhead to deal with this madness.
Nope. I haven't fixed this yet.
Oh,
This-
okay. In
this
that
It
case,
will
we're
be
all gonna die.
annoying to fix.
This card isn't integrated into Ponyhead yet. Oh my memes. 9,001. I mean, it is over 9,000. That's fair. Yeah, and then you get +1 power for each of your other friends named Puckwudgie Prickly Pest. So this should be interesting, because it's entirely possible that Queen Novo and 45 of these makes a functional question mark deck.
Functional as in you can play every card in your deck and can flip your main reliably.
Yeah. Well, the problem here is that you also have to be able to shuffle all that, so good luck. I don't know how tall 9,000 cards is, but I'm pretty sure that's I'm pretty sure you're going to have problems moving that, because we're talking like a suitcase full of cards.
Something about bag shuffling.
Yeah, possibly a legitimate case for bag shuffling. But I think if you're going to run this in a chaos event, you just place one of them in your draw deck face up and just go, this is my draw deck. If you ever have a question about what the next card is, it's Puckwudgie.
And what cards are in my hand? Banish pile, discard pile.
Discard the top 2 cards of my deck? Okay,
My
two
problem deck.
2 Puckwudgies.
Yeah, your problem deck is Puckwudgies too.
No, might have to work on that. Alright, next card. Okay, here we go. Found the main. That's why you're running Queen Novo.
This is a very good main.
Alright. Or you could run...
Gain.
Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say, start a problem face-off, so similar to Rarity, and when one of your problems enters play, gain an AT and draw a card. So, all those dilemmas seems really good. Seems like you could septuple confront with this, maybe?
Possibly.
A one-cost dilemma is basically free, and you get to draw a card off of it.
Well, it's
That's
free in all senses of the card cost. It's a card from your hand and a token.
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate. Now all you need is a day shift.
No, I think it goes without saying, this will definitely see play, at least in some way.
I think there is a deck that wants to exist here. It will remain to be seen if it is better than DE Shy. But only time will tell.
Yeah. I think that they have different strategies in mind. Guess we'll have to wait and see which one is better.
Have fun, guys.
I
Will
think
do.
I think the plane's finally taking off.
Indeed it is.
A Pukwudgie card with treading water? No, absolutely not. Scary. Okay. Next card. So we've got Torque Wrench, Relic Repair.
Oh, it's another Minnesota pony.
Oh, don't you know? Orange purple. That's a fun color combination. Let's see. Talented when you play an event whose play requirement includes at least one of this card's colors. You may exhaust this card to dismiss an opposing resource. This seems good. And then it gets bigger when you dismiss stuff? That sounds good. I mean, you got to get rid of the old and busted somehow.
Yeah. Well, at least when Big Mac gets rotated out, won't be for a while, but you have a decent replacement.
It's not
Or
quite as good as Big Mac, but it's differently good.
Tis serviceable.
All right, let's look at the. All right, Pegasus Royal Guard, Cult of Arms. Purple, yellow, bunch of twos.
When one of your friends enters play, if it was the third friend that entered play this turn, you may put a token copy of this card into play. Important to note, if it is the third friend, not your third friend. So you could, in theory, play a hasty friend on your opponent's turn after they have played two friends and get this ability. Fun little tech there.
Rather niche, but interesting. Now, see, right? You see that right there on that poor dude's side? That's his wings. He's a Pegasus.
Yep. That's Pegasus.
We can't, no crystal ponies because we'd have to bring Prismatic back,
No.
and Arad won't let me.
No.
I enjoy that this can go exponential.
Such a bad card. Yeah, it takes some doing. This can do very interesting things. Yes. So it takes several turns to make this truly get stupid, but it's possible. Okay. Anything else, or shall we move on?
Next.
I think it's a niche card. It'll see some tech plays.
Maybe.
Unlike this thing, though.
This-
This thing will see play.
This is a monster. So it's not exactly a time walk, but it's pretty close.
This is so good.
Okay. Let's see. Immediate until the end of a turn, whenever an opponent plays a card, you may put a card from your discard card pile into your hand. Banish this card. That last bit is important.
No, just ignore that part. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's kind of important.
Shuffle that back into your deck with school
It-
shut down.
What do you mean shuffle that back into your deck with school shutdown? You just play this. Just get it back when your opponent invariably does something. Like, this is...
But white isn't about rarity.
White is about aloe.
I think this should also say that you get a point for each time you get a card back.
No. How about no?
Yeah, just miss main's event.
Yeah, no. An opponent plays a card. No, just no. But this is rather interesting, because if you're playing this, you might be a control deck, and you have just very heavily disincentivized your opponent to do anything. So they're going to keep their tokens, probably.
Yeah, timing this card is difficult, because you have to be able to anticipate that your opponent wants to do something, like a lot of things this turn.
Right, and then you need to have a plan for what you're going to do during their next turn when they have 2 turns worth of action tokens, and they want to unload all of that and rearrange important pieces of your board state, probably.
That's why you just
Play a
on
jerk
even ground.
I was gonna say, play a jerk face on your turn.
Oh, wait,
Problem solved.
It won't be in the next rotation.
you don't have that, and you don't have Philomena either.
Was Philomena EO? I think
It-
Philomena was EO.
It can't get itself back.
Yeah, it's not supposed to. That's the point. That's the
If it-
joke.
If it did not banish itself, it would get itself back.
If it didn't banish itself, it would get itself banished by virtue of getting either banned or power level eroded.
No, Hithrock, that is not happening.
Oh, come on, you know why you can't have nice things.
Cards can't leave any zone.
Okay.
Oh wait, you can't actually play cards.
I'm fine with this. Yeah, you can't play cards either.
Cards can't leave any zone. That means that all of your
Cards
flip
can't
cards
leave.
just sit there.
Cards can't leave the Q zone.
This sounds terrible.
So they
And
just
then-
sit there forever.
And then when whatever's causing that ability goes away, suddenly this like onslaught of card effects is just piling onto the game.
Oh, you're gonna break everything. Stop trying to break everything.
I mean, stop making it fun.
This is why we can't have nice things. Okay. But there's some fun counterplay to this where if your opponent slams one of these down, you go, okay, fine, misfire. Have fun with that. And then just proceed to do whatever you were doing. No? So it is. So it is.
Is it?
Yeah, that was Mark's.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. It's kind of a shame. Yeah, blindfold, though. That's just bad mannering.
Is Blindfold gonna start seeing regular play?
Maybe.
Oh my god. I don't want to tech against Blindfold. That's horrible.
Okay. Next card.
There's more?
There is, in fact, more.
Oh wow, this thing. So,
Grognar.
Grognar. Everybody knows
Grognar.
Grogar.
So here's our villain for the set. And yes, it's actually a villain.
First villain we've had in a while.
Scares your
Grocord.
friends.
My favorite ship. Wow.
Yeah.
Well then.
Let's not. Alright. So, as expected, a 7-power Troublemaker. Go figure. 2 points, sure, whatever. Villain, that's interesting. And then the abilities get real interesting here. So, immediate banish this card to search your deck for a Troublemaker, then put it into play. So this only functions when the card is already in play. And then at the end of their turn, if this card is banished, you can pay a token and banish a different Troublemaker in play. And it has to be face up to put this card into play face up.
So I'm pretty sure this is the first card that has ever been able to
Remove
interact
itself.
From banish that was not put there a specific way. This is no matter how it was banished, you can use its second ability.
So the cracking the case means I can use this?
If this thing got flipped and they... what is that card that banishes the flip?
Wrinkle in Time?
Yeah, Wrinkle in Time.
Wrinkle in Time.
Yeah, if this gets Wrinkle in Timed, yeah. If it gets cracked, whatever. As long as you got a face-up Troublemaker.
Misfire.
Yeah, dude's kind of hard to get rid of.
The mist meme of epics.
So yeah, this is a strong Troublemaker. Expect to see this in control decks, farm decks, decks that are just running opulence because why are they doing that?
No, your opponent can beat this. If you're running an EEA council, he's going to get his face pushed in. And do note that they have to have a face-up Troublemaker.
And also note that the Troublemaker they're putting into play will not come in face up.
So you do have some reprieve from this. See, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
What's next? Oh yeah, Smolder being cute.
What? No. We've seen this already.
So this is a hats card.
So we need to see this again, because she looks adorable in that dress.
She's cute.
I'm executive banning this card.
So I think that's everything?
I believe that is in fact
everything.
everything.
Everyone should run Ara's deck.
But what? Just to...
So that it beats the farm, and I can beat it.
How about don't do that?
Obviously, actually don't do that. All the aggro players will be angry. All the control players will get top 16.
I think that was his goal there, yes. So don't do that. Run a diverse set of decks.
Run a deck no one's ever heard of.
Bring something to counter Cheese's deck, like specifically.
No.
I mean, Thorax does that pretty well.
No MVVS. I want to be able to use my belly flops on things. Please.
I'm excited for Continentals. I'm sure Grandpa's would say he was as well if he wasn't in the sky at the moment.
46 card decks, yes. No, you gotta vary it up. It's like many different numbers of cards between 45, 46, and 47, maybe 48. Just so every time you count, you have to go, wait, what? And count again. It'll be great.
Count all the things.
Yeah. Because when you're looking over the deck list and you're like, I counted 46 cards. Are there actually 46 cards here, or did I miscount somehow?
Don't forget how many cards you have in your deck.
Yes. That's good.
Also, you should probably be aware of what cards are in your deck.
That's totally optional.
That's always a good idea.
Now, gyro for what is my deck made of again?
Before you decide to draw a card, there's two things you need to question. First, is it possible to draw a card that matters? Second, is it possible to play that card?
So what you're saying is you do not enjoy living dangerously?
No. I'm just gonna randomly draw cards.
Yeah, just throw 15 extra cards into your sealed deck and run that.
Works fine.
I'm fine with this.
Okay. So I think that about wraps this one up.
Yep.
Believe so.
Thank you for stopping by and watching and listening to us rant on about the kind of things that we're running and all the random spoilers that have shown up recently. If you enjoy this kind of content, the streaming and the coverage of events at cons, we do have a Patreon, and if you enjoy that, please consider donating, as that does help us to enable to make content like that. If you have any comments or questions you'd like to send to us our way, or you're just interested in hearing on what we're working about for future, there are many ways you can stay in contact with us. We've got our Patreon, we've got Facebook, Twitter, email, and some of our patrons can run Slack, and there's also the Discord and the Reddit. Some of these you can get a hold of us any day, any time. I was up until like 5 a.m. on Friday. I don't know why. So yeah.
It's a terrible idea.
It was a terrible idea. I regretted that. But I did it anyway.
Who sleeps?
If you're looking to watch any of our previous videos, including tournament recordings, you can find them on our YouTube channel, just linked right here in the chat. Make sure to subscribe so we can have a channel URL that makes some amount of sense, because I can't remember that. I'm pretty sure no one else can either. With all that said, thank you to each and every one of you, both here and watching the recording later. We are, as always, Commentary is Magic. Grandpa, as previously mentioned, is currently on an airplane, probably rising through about 10,000 feet. I am Arcat.
Big cheese.
And Ivory.
And we will probably see most of you in person at Sliderfest.
Yep.
If not, we'll see you in a couple weeks.
See ya.